shit.
Even if it was on, it would currently just be a black square.
We're live.
Hello.
Hi.
How's
it
it
slight problem
hanging?
if no one shows up.
It is a slight problem if nobody shows up, which is why I put out the notification a couple minutes ago to give people some time, but it's fine. It's all good. Who cares? We'll just end the stream and pretend it never happened. If nobody shows up, it's fine. It's all good. I'm just gonna kind of go over what we already have.
Hello.
Hello.
Kingston is here, or is it Pussy now?
I don't fucking know. Well,
I'm sure they'll correct me if they change their name.
Hello then. We are back. Lily Games is here. What is poppin'? We are back with another installment of hive-mind game development, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. We're basically making an RPG where you guys make all of the decisions and we...
It is in fact Pussy now. Okay.
Dope.
Or Azama.
Azama.
I think I'm going to stick to Pussy.
Alabama. Well, you guys make all the decisions and we curate and actually make the game based on those. So we have some little plot things out. We've got a genre, we've got a time period, you know, all good vibes. Basically, it's about a Dungeons and Dragons party that starts. They broke up. They not really broke up. They're not a band. They stopped playing Dungeons and Dragons after the death of one of their party members, but they are getting back into the swing of things during quarantine because they're all lonely and quarantine bad.
Okay, apparently it is Azama.
Ah.
That is a much cooler name than Asthma.
Asthma. I don't know. I think if somebody said their name was Asthma, I'd have to respect it. That goes pretty hard. So yeah, we have fleshed out the main protagonist and all of the supporting characters, which is basically the rest of the Dungeons and Dragons party. And so I figured, because actually plotting the thing intimidates me, and because it is good to have your characters figured out before you have the plot figured out, we could focus...
Seems like it's going to be a pretty character-driven story.
Yeah, we could focus on the antagonists today. Specifically, there are these two kind of main antagonists, and then other, like, bosses. And then we have NPCs, which I believe some of them might be, like, minor enemies.
I think the antagonists have all the minor enemies.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because, like, those two are our main antagonists.
Right. I should write that.
And then all the ones under antagonists are either going to be, like, mini-bosses or, like, the enemies. So we might have to move some of the NPCs over to enemies' side. Or come up with some new antagonists, because we really do not have that many. Considering this is an RPG, we're probably going to be fighting people quite a bit.
Yeah.
Posey says, I did make a dopey drawing of him named Asthma.
Excellent.
And one of me named Perky.
Perky! I love that.
And one of Spamton named Spam Mail. Spamton's a great name.
Is it Spamton?
Yeah.
I thought it was Spamaton.
Maybe there's a typo.
Have I been misreading his name this whole time?
Either
I don't know. We haven't finished Deltarune yet. That's on our to-do list. I'm gonna move I'm gonna move the NPCs over. Why are they snuggling up against the antagonists so much? Don't you normally have Miro open as well, so you can help me move shit around?
I need to
I move things? Is that so? Oh god.
I can do
letter
it
by letter. You must be able to like select a whole thing.
Yes,
all
you
right.
have to. You can.
I got it. Baba Booey. I missed a couple, but
It is Spamton.
what the fuck? I've just been misreading it this whole time. Alright, cool. Whatever, I guess. I'm gonna put you up there. So let's focus on the antagonist. We'll start with the main antagonist, and then we'll go into the regular antagonists.
And then we'll start. Yeah, let's do all the main characters. So we've got our main protagonists. So now we flesh out our main antagonists, and then we'll get into sorting out these two messes.
Yeah.
The NPCs and smaller antagonists.
Also, so if Glitch sounds like shit, they have a cold.
I do have a cold. I hope it's a cold.
It seems like a cold. You've gone through, like, 2 tissue boxes on your own, basically. So just as a refresher, we've got the main protagonist, Casey, who is a non-binary.
If they want a refresher, they can look on the wiki.
That is true.
It's on the Discord. It's pinned on the hive-mind game channel.
Right.
So you guys can look at the wiki that contains all the information about the characters so far.
Yes. But there's Casey, Chester, Moss, Keto, Robin, Kai, and Riley. And then the main antagonists are Devon and Ava, which are totally terrifying names.
Devon.
This is like a fantasy RPG that we're making, because a lot of it is like taking place inside the Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And so we're gonna just have to be like, and here is the main antagonist, Devon! Honestly, that's some shit that would happen in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So I believe that we put like both of these here because they're kind of like decided for both of them. But we can change that. Like, former party member kicked for being a dick, back for revenge. First hit that this isn't just D&D, and one of them murdered Casey.
Yeah, I think we hadn't decided which of those traits were going to which ones. It seems kind of like all three of the... I guess former party member kicked for being a dick could be both of them.
Uh-huh. I will say that could be it. But it could also be fun if one of the main antagonists is the former party member, and then the other one is the main antagonist that was actually planned for the campaign.
Ooh, yeah, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, because I think what we decided was that one of them was going to basically, it was going to blend reality and fiction within the game by being like, he's in the campaign, but the DM didn't plan on him being in the campaign, and everybody thinks it's kind of weird that he's here. But, if he's not, if that antagonist wasn't supposed to be there, then there should be a main antagonist that was supposed to be here. That's normally how D&D works. So, yeah.
I guess, what do you guys think? Do you think they should both be, like, former party members, or should one of them be the former party member and one of them be D&D antagonist?
Yeah. You could run a poll. That's what we've been doing.
True, I figured there's only, like, 3 people in the chat, but...
There's 5 watching. Everyone can participate in the poll.
Everyone can participate in chat, too.
Okay, well, people can participate in a poll even if they don't feel like typing in chat, even if they're halukin.
I don't know what's it.
H.
Call the poll.
both former party members. You would just leave it at 1 minute. We don't need to be here all day.
Okay. God, calm down.
You guys are honestly so blessed that you don't have to watch Glitch type out every poll that we do, because oh my god, it hurts. It hurts me. You physically pain me when you type.
No one's making you look. Let me just go typey. I was really clacking.
You were really slamming on those keys. Neither of these are very intimidating antagonist names. Devon,
no, it's what they're called. Ava's kind of cool. Not really like intimidating, but
I think Ava, we could spin it that way as kind of like like in the name of an impressive person, especially if it's like short for something. If her full name is like some weird fantasy sounding shit.
Unanimously, only one needs to be a former party member.
Nice. So is it Devon or Ava?
Which one?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Devon certainly has a more human name, but it could be really funny if the DM just made the intimidating antagonist name Devon.
That is true.
Yeah, I feel like Ava is kind of like a fancy, very feminine sounding name, which like can kind of be spun to be intimidating, but it can also just be kind of like cute and pretty.
It can be cute and pretty. It could also be, kind of grand and impressive, especially like I said, if it's short for something. It could be a little like femme fatale type vibe, you know. Devon is just, it's the name Devon. There's not much you can do with that. It's just fucking Devon. I like this guy's design. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I do like the design of all these characters.
Yeah, it did occur to me that we are going to have to slightly redesign them, because we're going to have to come up with like a real-life version of them. And like a D&D version of them. Plus we need to translate them into sprites.
Yeah, but like 2 of these people are tabaxi.
No one voted, you fuckers.
You bitches. The fuck? Have you forgotten how this works? Why did I just make a sticky note? Delete. Get rid of the sticky note. Cool.
Rocky is here. Hello.
Howdy. Hi. Thanks again for the bonkers gifted subs from last stream.
Yeah.
Crazy shit, bro. I forgot that one of the suggested time periods was 1. Just the year 1.
You guys, it's gonna be a miracle if this game turns out coherent.
Yeah, once we get down to plotting, I'm bad at plotting things when it's just shit, when it's just my brain doing what the fuck?
Gifted void.
He just gifted what? Is that 10 or 19? 10. There's a smudge on your computer.
It's 10.
You just gave out 10 community sub points. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, Rocky. I don't know how you're suddenly a millionaire.
Ava.
Is the real one? No!
I don't know. Actually, well,
which one did you specify in the poll?
Well, before I said, I think they're the real one, because the last question was how many of them should be former party members, and they said 1, and then I said which one. So.
Okay, cool, dope, love it. Alright.
So they're the real life ones.
So why don't we start with Ava then? I will move Devon's bitch ass elsewhere for now. Scooch him over a little bit. Didn't take his sticky note with him. Hate to see it. So we've got.
They have gifted a total of 45.
Jesus H.
Where
Christ.
did you? What?
Where did you suddenly get all this cash, all this cheddar? All that chestnut, my man. Okay.
I hope you all appreciate the sub icons you can barely see.
Yeah. Super cool.
Are you okay?
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
You seem to be struggling to move these post-it notes around.
I wasn't. I was just chilling.
Rocky says, I'm gonna do another pro gamer move. Oh,
Hello?
what the fuck? You have given us so much money. I don't understand. Thank you, though. But, like, goddamn.
I'm gonna condense these sticky notes.
Blanc says, stream's kind of lagging for me.
Is it lagging for anybody else?
Is it lagging, or is that just what Muro looks like?
Good question.
Sometimes it can be kind of, like, janky. It does look like it's lagging a bit. Oh, wait, it's smoothed out. Ah!
What the fuck? Where are you getting this cash money? More. I don't even recognize any of these these people.
Giving them to so many people at this point that all the regulars already have them.
Oh my god.
He just says, you are insane and rich. It certainly seems so. Thank you.
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
We did decide that Casey was murdered, correct?
Yes, we decided that,
this poor 17-year-old got fucking murdered.
It was, Rocky says, I'm just feeling generous.
Where'd you get this cash? Did you rob a bank? Did you commit tax fraud?
I think that was one of the only executive decisions we've made so far because, people were putting attention on having them dying by falling down the stairs at a Home Depot. And we made the executive decision to be like, they were murdered by being pushed down the stairs at a Home Depot.
Man.
Which technically still fits what you all wanted.
Alright, so now we have to decide on all the other shit. Age, pronouns, gender identity, sexuality, fun facts, So let's start with age, and reminder, stop making new sticky notes! Just a reminder, Casey died when they were 17, so that's how old they are, but everybody else is in the 19 to 21 stage because Casey died while they were in high school, and now they're all in their second or third year of college.
Yes.
So, it's been a couple of years. So keep that in mind. So I think probably maybe do, like, on the
Forgot
poll.
that we didn't give Riley an age.
Riley is Riley.
And the age is just listed as Riley.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I think on the age poll, just kind of put maybe, like, 19 to 21. Or maybe 22. Maybe 18 to 22. That's, like, college age. You forgot 19. This is why I have to watch you type, so you don't do this shit.
Alright. Lily says they got the money from the bank robbery and the speed dating for ghosts.
Excellent. You love to see it. Every time I see this goddamn froggy chair, I just... This is the plot. This is the genre. This is like the mood board that we have so far. It's Froggy Chair, This Is a Dream, Bingo Bongo. I do think that we can flesh out a mood board for the aesthetic after we do the characters. Would be good.
Yes. First it says to check the hive-mind game channel. Oh, they have showed some possible antagonists.
That person looks too friendly to be an antagonist.
That could be like a low-level one.
That is true.
Just some, like... I will slap them on there. You know, if it lets me.
I will say that depending... we might...
22.
Alright. I will say that we're gonna have, you know, these NPCs and stuff, but depending on how the actual game shapes up, we might have to trim the fat on some of them.
Yeah. But also a lot of them, I mean, most RPGs do have a lot of, like, random,
This is
somewhat
true.
pointless encounters.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe our encounters just won't be as repetitive.
Yeah.
As a lot of.
Okay, so now we need pronouns and a gender identity. Did you put up the sign, perchance?
No.
Dope. I'll go do it. Ouchie. My bones.
This is flopping in there.
What have you
It's
done?
fine.
Oh, God, it's so low res. Okay, it's fixed now.
It's fine.
Alright. Cool beans. I don't think that's an antagonist.
Is it not?
No, I think it's the picture of Percy
Oh.
for the NPCs. I don't remember which one was Percy.
Neither do I. I'll just slap this here. It's
Just
fine.
put them both in there. Who gives a fuck?
We'll sort it out later.
That's a mess for another day. Okay, let's focus on the main antagonist now.
Right.
We're focusing in. So, pronouns. Let's get some suggestions from the chat and then we'll run a poll about it.
Yeah, throw them out there.
This motoring bitch who pushed our beloved Casey down the stairs at Home Depot and has infiltrated the D&D campaign as revenge for getting kicked out of the party. Did they also... Okay, but, like, did they also... I think the thing is that they don't know that Ava murdered Casey. Like, they
Is that a thing?
I think we kind of tossed that around as an idea. I don't think we've fully...
I mean, they
put
can't,
it down
like,
yet.
no, otherwise this person would be in prison, although I guess since they're also invading a fantastical D&D game, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think what we kind of thrown around as an idea is that, you know, everybody thought it was just an accident and that's, like, Casey died in just a tragic Home Depot accident, but it was actually... Stop! Why do you keep making new motherfucking... I don't even have the sticky note tool selected. Whatever. Like, people don't know that Casey was murdered. They think that they just died, you know, accidentally.
Fair. I guess we'll flesh that out when we do the plot.
Yeah. So did they get... Oh, did they murder Casey out of revenge, or are they just crazy? That's the question.
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Lucy says the one with dark hair and a green circle on white background. Okay.
Okay. Posty has also suggested any and all pronouns. Anj is here. Hello, give us pronoun ideas for this bitch. I don't want to have the same pronouns as them, so give us more suggestions.
Lily says, also suggests doesn't care about pronouns.
Okay, cool.
Anj says, wait, did I get a gifted sub? You sure did.
Along with, like, everyone else.
Along with everyone else who watches this channel, Rocky has given you a gifted sub.
Rocky has given out 50 gift subs.
I don't know many pronouns. They don't have to be like...
They don't gotta be crazy ones, they just have to be pronouns.
Yeah, they don't gotta be unusual ones. They can just be, it could be like she, her, he, him, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be neo-pronouns. She could be the one cis bitch in the group. That's why she got kicked out.
Yeah, not for murder.
Kicked out for cisgender crimes. Oh no, wait, Riley is also cis.
Are they?
Even though Riley's pronouns are just Riley, Riley is a cis man.
Ah.
Cool. You know what? You love to see it.
Cis. Why is like so many things highlighted?
Riley is the token cis of the group. There were too many cisses. They only need one token cis person, and they had two. So they got rid of Ava because her vibes were rancid.
That's not a suggestion. Rocky says, so what even is this game? I really only just got here and spent money.
Basically, it is a comedy, horror, fantasy, party-based RPG, about this group of, this, like, D&D group that got back together after a couple of years, because they started playing again in quarantine, but they stopped playing after one of the members, Casey, died, and they start this campaign, and the game kind of ends up being this, like, weird blend of reality and fiction, because, like, Casey is a protagonist and doesn't know they're dead. They get this group of support people. There's, like, a main antagonist from the game and one in real life who, like, invades the game. It's kind of crazy. Blanc suggests she, they pronouns. Vibes. You'll love to see it.
She, they, z, blood, and it. How do you use blood as a pronoun?
I've heard it explained as kind of like, just like pretend it's like a nickname, because that's really all pronouns are. Is it's like something that you use in place of a proper noun. So it's like every time you want to refer to that person, just use that instead.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because, I mean, yeah, that's just how pronouns work.
Yeah. I'll put my input in here. She's giving me big she, they energy.
Yeah, Posey just says, I saw blood go to the store. Blood made it to blood self. The phrase blood self is very threatening. It's very threatening.
It has incredibly ominous vibes.
But yeah, it does basically just... I never noticed that pronouns do basically just...
Look like a nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I never noticed it either until somebody was talking about neo-pronouns and were like, if you're having trouble using... like new pronouns or somebody, just think of it as a nickname for them. And I was like, holy shit, grammar.
You've blown my mind.
Things that you know but don't know about your own language. Bonkers.
Anyway, I guess I'll, Blanc says, I have blood self. Rad.
Hell yeah.
It certainly has quite the strong energy to it.
Insane, honestly. The absolute energy of that.
Okay, so...
In awe. So we have she, they. Oh yeah, we have no any pronouns, I guess. She, they, blood. I guess. Was that it? She, they.
I think it was in it.
Okay, blood, it. And then just blood.
Because a long list. I think I got it all though.
Then just blood is a suggestion.
Blood.
Blood. I gave them blood. Blood. Gallons of the stuff I gave you, all that you could drink, and it has never been enough. I give you blood. Blood. Blood! Just turn into a siren. Owie. I hurt my feet. I have like a little cut on my hand that I got at work, and it's like right on my knuckle on my finger, and I keep hitting it against things, and it fucking hurts way more than I always expect it to. I'm always like, what is happening to me? Oh, it's just the tiny little cut on the knuckle of my fingy. I hate it.
My only thing with the blood pronouns is like, do we want to give people who use that pronoun that kind of representation?
That is an interesting point. On one hand,
basically everyone in this bitch just like uses a weird ass pronoun.
Yeah, like everyone in this bitch
doesn't care. It doesn't matter. It's a conversation over. It doesn't matter.
I think it's okay, and then we got to pick a specific gender identity. I think it's like there's this sort of argument about like representation, and I think the solution is always just we need more of it, you know?
Yeah, that's the solution to everything about representation is just more.
Because it's like, you know, obviously there's like a stigma about having like villains be queer because of the whole like queer coded villains thing that happened for so long as like a propaganda tool, but it's also like I think it's very limiting to be like, oh well, you can't do that for queer people anymore, especially because, you know, one of the results of the whole queer coding villain things is that now there are a lot of queer people that really love and relate to villains.
Yeah.
So, it's weird. But it doesn't matter because she doesn't give a shit. So you love to see it. So, gender identity we could just bundle it up and just have it be like, doesn't care.
Yeah, that's
just the whole thing. It just doesn't care. Nobody
that was
gives
the first suggestion. Was doesn't care.
Ava gender.
That's fine.
Ava gender.
So it's a gender apathetic, which basically means doesn't care.
Doesn't care. Posey says the cis people will get pissed if you paint cis people as the bad guy. Well, here's the thing: I don't give a shit about their opinion. So, cis people are almost always the bad guy.
Yeah, they don't
That's
really view it as like, you know, if there's a cis. I guess maybe in this game it might come across like that since there's no. Well, no, Riley. So
Riley,
no, it's fine.
Riley has weird pronouns, but Riley is cis. So there you go. There's your scraps, cis people.
People tend to, because like generally cis is treated as like the default.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be because there's no such thing as a default human, but
yeah,
it's the most common thing, so it's treated as the default thing. So if like a villain is cisgender, no one's gonna like make a connection between those two things, especially since, you know, usually at least some of the protagonists are cisgender too.
And if they did, I wouldn't really give a single fuck because like people like that, they get pissed all the time.
Well, No one said anything else, so I guess it just doesn't care.
Okay, cool. Any pronouns?
Gender apathetic, I guess.
Gender apathetic. Skadoosh. Okay, now we gotta do sexuality.
Alright, go.
Let's go, lesbians. Let's go.
Lily says she was just in a silly, goofy mood when pushing Riley, and then Percy says, "You mean Casey, Lily?" And then Lily says, "Fuck, we did. I said Casey." And then Percy says, "Riley is the fucking autistic, semi-verbal bitch where every detail about Riley is just Riley."
It would be a really awesome twist if Riley also was pushed down the stairs and died and fucking died. Was this one of the antagonists? I feel like I accidentally moved it over from the NPCs.
That was one of the NPCs.
This cat in a fedora.
No, that was one of the NPCs. We could
make it very funny. It would be a very funny antagonist. We already have the buff Doge memes. Did you know that the original Doge turned 16 recently? They got the coveted 15 out of 10 on We Rate Dogs.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Doge deserves it.
Doge does deserve it. A baby.
Percy says, asexual homo-romantic for Ava.
What would be homo-romantic for someone who is gender apathetic?
I guess there's other gender apathetic people.
I guess so.
I guess that's what the prefix means. On says, remember that Home Depot moment? That was funny when we were literally begging you guys to go with the actual cool dramatic option, and you were all just
I can't even remember what the cool dramatic option
the murdered
was.
one. It's the one we ended up with because we decided, because it was slightly decisive or divisive, but we kept landing on push down the stairs. But we really did not want that, so we made an executive decision to blend the two most popular options. Which, to be fair, in our defense, that was not us overruling the hive-mind game, because that is what we usually do. If two options can be blended, we usually do, blend between them so that everyone can be happy.
Fair enough.
And that, we just, for some reason, we just forgot we usually do that.
That is true.
Okay, so now Percy says lesbian, I guess.
Cool. Well, sure.
Why not?
Keep looking at that fucking emo-ass anime boy, and then his name's just fucking Devon!
Bonk says bye vibes.
Imagine fucking being named Devon.
There's gonna be someone in the chat named Devon who you insult.
If your name's Devon, I'm so sorry, but it's such a funny fucking name. I can't say shit. But
it's not funny when it's just on a regular person.
It's funny as a D&D antagonist who looks like that.
Yeah.
He looks like he's from goddamn Naruto or something. He looks like he's from fucking...
He looks a bit violent for Naruto.
Yeah, he looks like he's from goddamn Full Metal Alchemist and his name's freaking Devon. Hilarious. Lesbiab. There's also asexual homo-romantic as an option.
Right. Percy says the name of something else then.
We're not allowed to do that. Also, I think it's really funny.
His name is Devon now.
the world's biggest antagonist, the world dominator, Devon, says Blanc. Yeah.
Alright, if there's no more suggestions. Blanc says, at least he's not named David. Honestly,
David would be better, I think.
Because it has that sort of biblical kind of
vibes
that make a name sound less lame.
Yeah. Dave, yeah. You know, if you want to make a normal name seem more like a spooky antagonist name, just push the fact that it probably has biblical roots. And then now, it's like...
He says, I have an OC named Denvin.
Denvin?
Denvan. I don't know.
Denvin.
It's... Again, there's nothing wrong with the name itself. It's just... It's so unfitting to the character.
It's just very funny to look at that guy, and then his name's Devon. I mean, David wouldn't really fit either, but it also, I feel like it fits more than Devon.
Bi and ace/homo romantic have tied. We could make them ace and bi romantic.
That is true.
Or we could just run the poll again.
I'm fine with either of those options.
I'll run the poll again.
Ange says David as antagonist equals Antichrist. What were they gonna name Adam in Good Omens? I think it was Damon.
Yeah.
Not Devon. Damon. Like Matt Damon. Or something like that. It was like some biblical name that he was supposed to be named, and they ended up just naming him Adam.
Well, that was also a biblical.
It is also a biblical name.
Because they thought that the other biblical names were a bit too weird.
Yeah.
So they wanted like, a good, strong, normal name. So they were like, how about Adam?
Yeah, which still has the biblical tie, but is still like a dude, you know?
Yeah, like no one's gonna like raise their eyebrows at someone being named Adam.
Yeah.
Blanc says, actually I think Dan would be worse than Devon.
Perhaps Daniel, on the other hand, would be better than Devon.
True.
I think Dan is just such a casual name. It kind of is the same pitfalls as Devon, where it's like the vibes are wrong. It's so normal, and like, somebody named Devon or someone named Dan doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
It's just not how it works.
We're keeping the name Devon. I hate you all.
You all can fucking choke, honestly.
Fucking...
We can enable using
That's what I'm gonna do.
Alright.
I'm gonna drop the one that didn't get any votes.
Which one didn't get any votes?
Ace and homo romantic. But ace bi-romantic did.
Cool. Let the chaos ensue.
Now you all can fight over it.
Devin. What happened to his eye? And the top half of his glasses.
I think the top half of his glasses are getting covered by the bandages.
What being a D&D antagonist does to a motherfucker. Start putting your bandages over your glasses.
Blanc says, I don't have bits. You can use channel points too.
You can also use channel points, yes. Holy moly!
I swear to God, if you guys tie this again, I'm throwing a fit.
Lesbiab is in the lead by about 20 votes. Lesbab.
Alright, Les Bab wins. Cool.
Alright.
So, I mean, I guess they're attracted to women.
Yes. Dope. Alright, now we need facts. She's a real person, so we don't need to do, like, party member things.
I mean, I guess we could. Do you want it to be like a D&D-ified version of them?
I don't know, we didn't D&D-ify Casey.
Should we have to? Because they're gonna be the player character in the...
I was kind of under the impression that, like, Casey's supposed to be kind of like the normal person in, like, protagonist, and then they end up meeting this party of weird-ass magic people.
Oh.
Because I think in the beginning, you know, since Casey isn't aware that they're dead, I don't think that it's going to be,
Right, they're not
aware
gonna...
at first that, you know, this is a D&D campaign.
Right. That makes sense.
This is going to be
plus,
information
it
that
might
is
be
fed
more
to
ominous
you.
if Ava just shows up, like, as a person in this otherwise fantasy-driven realm.
Yeah, like, if everybody else is kind of weird and like, fantasy-ified except for Casey, and then just this one bitch, that could make it very clear that, like, something weird's happening.
Yeah.
Some Marge going on.
And then Devon will exclusively be D&D.
Yes.
Because they do not exist outside the D&D game. They are not a real person.
So
y'all can go ham.
Yeah. So I guess we just need some character traits, general personality, some things she likes. You know, for Casey, we put, like, their favorite social media, that they dye their hair, that they like indie rock, that their sad boy hours and sarcastic Chester is the dad friend. He likes lo-fi and death metal. Keto likes My Chemical Romance and is quiet and emo. Moss loves cats, is super hyper, is a Zembo. Riley's semi-verbal and gay, no thoughts
okay,
and
I think
empty.
we get the point. Darklight Hue is here, hello.
Howdy hi. Let me read things out, you dumb bitch. I'm gonna read out Kai because I like her.
Like,
She's cool. She likes classical music. She's tall. Likes to read. I'd die for Kai, to be honest.
Cool. So we need some traits for Ava. Now that pointless tangent is
I'm going to kill you with my hands. Bucket goes, wait, I thought it would be lesbiab. I'm greatly disappointed. Deal with it. I'm spelling it correctly. Whenever you motherfuckers want to get to suggesting things, we're waiting. Don't mind us. Keep your idle chat.
Oh,
I'm gonna throw hands with everybody. So, did you guys hear the Chris Pratt news?
what was it?
That he is voicing both Mario and Garfield in upcoming animated
Why
movies.
is he suddenly getting casted?
I don't know. I don't know.
Lily says, big music fan nerd and likes movies.
Alright, I'll throw them up there. Whatever. What color do I make these? A nice salmon.
Oh, it says not Chris Pratt as like half the new animated movie roles. Bonkers. Lily
It's
just says,
insane.
has a collection of weird things. Just, what kind of weird things?
Like, okay, I guess.
Ron says, I maybe get Garfield, but Mario?
No, what do you mean, you maybe get Garfield?
I feel the opposite.
I feel the opposite.
I maybe get Mario, but not Garfield.
Have you heard Chris Pratt's voice, and have you also heard Garfield's voice?
Well, Garfield technically doesn't have a voice outside of... But, like, most adaptations that give him a voice...
He sounds... He's got this, like, deep, lazy... Like, I don't give a fuck what's going on
like,
voice. And Chris Pratt is the opposite of that in any role he's ever played.
Yeah, like most...
At least Mario's energetic.
Yeah. Ron says, have you heard Mario? That shit high-pitched, bro. I mean, it's not like Chris Pratt has a deep voice.
He has, like, a pretty average voice. And, like, I feel like... With Mario, you can either get away with being like, let's go, but you could also get away with doing like a New York, like a Italian immigrant accent. Which I don't think Chris Pratt is going to do because I think he was a terrible choice for the role, and I think he's just going to talk like Chris Pratt and it's going to be terrible. But like at least their voices are like vaguely in the same pitch. You know, they can be.
Lily says maybe rocks or crystals. I feel like crystals is a good vibe. Rocky says, I just want to see how Chris Pratt pulls it off.
I don't think he will. Is the thing.
I'm willing to give him a chance.
I've liked Chris Pratt and everything he's in, but he's such like a fucking weird dude. I don't want him casted in animated movies.
He's just kind of like a... He says maybe she's a game nerd who likes collecting old games and stuff.
Ooh. I like that. Collects vintage games.
I do feel like we need to get into some personality traits to justify the murder thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there is something sinister about having someone who's pretty normal, except they also just murder people. But, like, we need, like, a motive, you know?
We need... Because she got kicked out of the party for being an asshole. So I guess we should kind of define what about her makes her an asshole. What does she do,
we didn't really give any of these characters, like, backstories or anything.
No.
Kind of just, like, here's their, like, music taste. Maybe we can do that.
I figured we were going to do that more in the plot.
That's fair.
So, like, what about this bitch
what
makes them a dick?
Yeah. We need some things that make him a dick.
This is what you gotta do. What you gotta know. Can't just have somebody be an asshole for no reason. She's like, what about?
Lily just says sassy 3 question marks.
See, we have sassy characters. There's a difference between being sassy and being a bitch.
I mean, we can still put that as a trait.
We can.
Like, should we just make asshole just one of the traits?
I guess.
Just generally, just a dick.
Like, maybe they're very self-centered, you know, maybe they kept ruining, like, have you ever, there was, like, a subreddit called DM Horror Stories, which I know that Ava wouldn't be the DM, but just, like, somebody who takes Dungeons and Dragons, like, way too seriously, is, like, super, like, no, my character's, like, really overpowered and perfect, and you can't do this, and, like, railroading the game, and so, like, just very self-centered, narcissistic, awful to be around. Like, they're so annoying.
Lily says, she's just an asshole who directly tells you you suck. Blanc says psychotic. That's not really a personality trait. That's just, like, a word that's misused quite a bit.
Yeah.
It does. Psychotic doesn't mean like murderous. It means like you have like hallucinations and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, most people who have that are like fine.
Yeah.
Normal.
There's certain disorders in which it can also describe like a personality trait or a state of being. Like you don't need to have anxiety to be anxious or have depression to be depressed. But psychotic is not one of those words.
Yeah, it's not one of those words that has like a... Because like the thing with depression and anxiety is that they got their names from the human emotions that everyone experiences. They're just specifically disorders related to those emotions. Versus like stuff like psychotic, which are just it's just a psychological term that has been misused.
I would really like to. I know that I can't make any final decisions, but I really think that a good way to make her get picked out of the party is if she's just the worst D&D player. Just absolutely doesn't give a fuck about any of the other players. She's got main character syndrome. She's like, I know this is a group experience in which we all are supposed to have our characters grow and travel together, but my character is the most important, and if anything happens that I don't like, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, that is a possible idea. Just D&D horror stories as a person.
Yeah.
That's
oh god, when you first start making characters, when you playing pretend as a child, and you somebody's like, I shoot you with the laser beam, and then you're like, nuh-uh, because my character actually has a force field and you're dead now. That energy. Bleh.
Bronx are just bad parenting as the motive.
I mean, maybe that's what she blames it on, but lots of people got bad parents and don't push people down the stairs.
Tracy also says, don't use narcissistic badly. True, that is also like a psychological term that gets misused a lot. Self-centered, thinks the universe, the world revolves around them.
Is narcissistic also one of those terms that, is it one of the ones where it's a mental disorder that people misuse, or is it one of the ones where, it came from a word to describe somebody who is self-centered?
I think the psychological term came first.
Okay. I guess I've just seen it used so often as a personality trait, without it having to be a diagnosable disorder. I wasn't sure. But yeah. I'm gonna put DM horror. Oh, I forgot to put the R in front of the R, in the front of the slash.
You're just making a executive decision and adding this.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Because I think it would make a really great villain, because I hate these people with a passion.
I'm just, my character is actually reflective and multiplies the damage by 10 times.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna attach that to why they got kicked out. Should we put self-centered down as one as well?
No one's suggested that. We can't just list.
Nobody's giving us a good character traits.
Lily just says, chair. Huh?
Hey, chair. Is that a personality trait for them? What's up, bitch? I'm chair. That's how I would describe myself. Alright, I mean, I guess this is a fair amount of character traits if nobody else has any ideas.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck! What
Wow,
the hell? Ah!
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Okay,
Jesus
cool.
Christ.
I didn't even have the fucking sticky note tool selected. Why does this keep happening to me? Why does Miro want me to just make fucking sticky notes all the fucking time? Alright, so let's add a flame to this bitch.
Lily says, chair, because I keep hearing chair noises.
Oh, yeah, because of Glitch's shitty chair. What the fuck? Let me add a flame.
Oh my god, let me do it, bitch.
Oh my god, it's not. It doesn't like me. Oh, I was trying to add a comment, not a flame.
Oh, you fucker.
Boom,
Oh,
moment.
wait, what did we want to make Ava short for something?
Oh, yeah. That's a
Like-
good question. Should Ava be short for something? And if so, what? The leaves are finally turning where we live, and it's so nice. I was really expecting it to happen a little sooner in
Oh
the
god,
season.
I didn't. Wait,
What? What did you do?
I forgot to turn off allow additional votes.
Oh, I thought you, like, forgot to type in, like, options or something. Like, you were like, should Ava be short for something? And there's just no buttons.
I don't think they let you.
That'd be very fucking funny. Oh, you just put yes and then nothing else.
Yes. Cool.
Gonna move this over. Yeah, bubba bee. We've got quite the thing here. It is crazy how far out you can zoom. It makes
They want to give you space.
I mean, good. Oh man, it does kind of look like a conspiracy board this zoomed out.
That's what we're here for.
Oh yeah.
No.
Alright, just Ava then. Now let's move on to this bitch. We got Devon up in here.
Orange says, oh man, I want to use all my spare points.
Fuck.
I have no use for these. I can just have purple background on my text, I guess. They say as they highlight everything. Then Lily and Orange put Josh the Spoon.
Epic.
Alright, Devon. So this guy is the D&D antagonist, which means he's meant to be very fantastical.
Yes.
So you guys can just go ham.
Yes. I'm gonna put that under here.
He's a fantasy character. He has absolutely no... He's not based on a real person. He can just be whatever the fuck. Do we need an age for him?
I think we could probably put one if we want to. But he could be like millions of years old.
Yeah.
Like you could just truly go ham on this.
This guy could be bonkers.
Put yourself in Chester's head for a second. Look into his eyes.
he's a
Look deeply into their spirit, and then come up with a protagonist or an antagonist that would fit this bitch. So we can do an age.
But it doesn't have to be like the same college age.
It can be anything
It can
you
be
want.
his chaotic as you want.
This is truly when we can just complete. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
I have a system in place and you're ruining it.
Says they eat cereal with water just to piss people off.
We're focusing on ages now, but I will write that down because I think it's funny. It would be something I think Chester would do because he is the dad joke friend.
Posey says probably that kid that would just whip the bark off a tree because he has nothing better to do. That's just what your guys' definition of going bonkers.
I love how when we had Ava, you know, a real human who we had to make evil and unsettling, you guys were like, I don't know, maybe she collects games. And then when we make the fantasy protagonist who can be anything you want, you're like, he's the weird kid that eats cereal with water and whips bug off trees. Like, that would have been what that should have been what Ava does. Yeah. Whatever.
Bog says, just the guy who lights a rainforest on fire with lava.
We're focusing on age right now, guys.
So he says, what was Chester's personality and shit again? Chester is the dad friend. Logical, not based on this character.
He's logical and can be serious, but is mostly goofy. He likes death metal and lo-fi. He's a Twitter bitch and an epic gamer.
So, you know, not much to really go off of there in terms of character design tastes, but...
Yeah.
I know that, hold on, where is it? Unsuggested 69,420 years old.
Oh.
And then Lily suggests 25. Kingston says, well, Chester is a funny guy, so it makes sense his characters would be funny. You know, I think it also makes sense, because, you know, since their last D&D campaign ended so tragically, I feel like he would be the type to, like, just ease them all back into it with some, like, goofy-ass antagonists.
So, yeah, that is true. And he also, but he can also be serious. And I will tell you from experience that how designing antagonists tends to be in D&D, at least from the DMs that I have had, is that smaller antagonists and NPCs are really goofy, but, like, the big guys are, like, cool. Like, they were like, no, I want this to be an epic adventure, so the big bad guy is gonna be really intimidating, and he's gonna be badass, and he's gonna be really evil and powerful, and I'm gonna make my players hate him so much, so that when they defeat him, it'll be a really satisfying end to a campaign.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be.
That's true.
I mean, we could give him, like, fire powers or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Blanc suggested lights a rainforest on fire with lava because he's bored.
Lily suggests 25 or 23 and said, I don't know how D&D works. D&D is basically, it's like a fantasy, it's a fantasy tabletop RPG, and, like, they have rules, they have certain creatures and classes, but the cool thing is that you can also make up your own shit very easily. So, like, literally anything goes.
Yeah,
anything flies.
There are people with, like, normal lifespans. There are, like, ancient gods.
The ancient
There
gods.
are people with, like, in-between, like, fantasy creatures with longer lifespans. So basically anything goes as far as his age.
Like, there are humans that have normal lifespans, half-orcs. You normally live to be around, like, 60 or 70. Elves can live for hundreds, gnomes can live for hundreds of years. Elves can live for thousands of years. There are, like, eldritch monstrosities, people from different planes, you know, gods, just anything you want. And in my first D&D campaign, 2 of the antagonists that we faced were gods, and we killed both of them.
Yeah. So, we've got, as far as ages go, 69,420 years old, 25 and 23.
You know, with the 69,000 one, I can see, like, Chester, like, when he describes the villain to his party, is like, he's ancient, he has been alive for millennia, and then, like, in his character notes, he has 69,420 as like a joke for himself. He doesn't describe the character like that to his players.
You know, I think you projecting your own D&D experiences onto this party.
Maybe.
When maybe they just have dumber characters than yours. And maybe they don't take it... Like, I know your party doesn't really take it very seriously. Maybe they take it even less seriously.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. As entirely possible. I'm just throwing ideas out on the board, you know?
Okay, so Devon probably started out his murders with small animals like some murderers do. Is he a murderer?
He doesn't have to be. He doesn't have
he
to
could
be
anything.
He doesn't have to be a human. He doesn't have to have been a child. He could be like a planar a planar dimensional being who's just always existed this way. He could be a god who manifested because people started to worship him. He could be anything you want. He doesn't have to abide by the laws of this land. 69,420 has won.
You know, what if we look at some, like, antagonists from D&D? Because they do have, like...
They do have, like... Yeah, they have, like, set storylines that you can, like modules that you can buy and play. I could also talk about some of the villains I have faced in my time.
Give you guys some inspiration.
Yeah. Let's
goddamn
see.
Screen Rant article about some villains. Well, the first one on this list is named Count Stradivonzarovich, so that might give you a better idea of the kind of antagonist D&D has.
Yeah, he looks like a vampire. He probably is a vampire. One of the antagonists that I have faced was based off of a Lovecraft novel. He was a giant fish god that had basically taken over this island town, and all of the people there were, like, worshipping him and slowly turning into fish themselves. And he was terrifying, because he was fucking huge. I did turn him halfway to stone, and then he broke out of it, so that was a bummer. Cowabunga, dude.
Lily suggests vampire.
Alright. Again, we should be focusing on pronouns right now, but...
I think we need to determine what he even is first, to be honest.
That's fair. Yeah,
he's a vampire that, like... So this is the first antagonist on this list is a vampire that rules over a dark realm.
There are liches. Those are, common... Not always big bads, but they're common beasts that you face, and they're basically, like, undead people who have, like, very strong powers, and their essence is tied to, like, an object or place. So you can kill them, but if you don't destroy the thing that they were tied to, they will come back to life, and they are incredibly powerful.
There's one that's a colossal-sized fire creature.
Nice.
And a powerful cleric of Thrazdun, who also happens to be half Medusa. These are the kind of... This is what we're talking here.
This is...
For Dungeons and Dragons antagonists.
They're crazy. Just in my last session yesterday, we fought a creature that was described as a... Like... Oh god, they were terrible. It was like a spider-like body, but it just had a bunch of legs and, like, a human head with a human face, except the eyes were, like, segmented spider eyes. And my DM repeatedly described them as human umbrellas.
Oh, Lord.
They had like centipede legs around like a spider body, and on the underneath of the body, like past the legs, was a mouth with a bunch of teeth and like tiny little grabbers. They were awful, and I hated them a lot, and I'm really glad that I got to shoot cannons at
There's
them.
also Lord Soth, a Death Knight, and a Dark Lord of Ravenloft. So, you know, just to give you guys with less experience of what D&D is like, a kind of idea of the type of antagonists they've got.
You can do anything with them.
Percy says, IDK, this man looks pretty normal, so it's hard to give him any crazy traits. And Bob says, normal. He is covered in a bloody bandage with 2 gems floating between his hands, which does... He does look like a pretty normal dude. I guess we can't make him like a crazy 50-foot tall fire creature or anything.
Okay, well, like, here's the thing. We only have, like, the bust of him. He could be a centaur. He could be attached to a spider. I fought one of those bitches.
Be, like a vampire or
he
some
could
other
be a
humanoid
vampire
creature.
He could be an elf. He could be a god. He could be a lot of different things.
He could transform into a monster.
He can transform into a monster. He can do.
He could also
be anything
be more.
he wants.
On says, still campaigning for 69th dimensional being. Percy says, he's pretty humanish. You could keep him humanish if you want to.
You could keep him humanish, and you could also go completely crazy, you know?
I just wanted to make sure you guys know we were no longer, you guys knew we were no longer in the realm of, like, college-age serial killers.
Yeah.
We're
like,
you can go bonkers if you want it to be bonkers, but if you guys want it to be more chill, we can make it more chill.
Yeah, like, I've fought antagonists who were monsters, I fought ones that are gods, and I've also fought ones that are, like, just really powerful wizards or warlocks. One was, like, a cult leader. One, I still don't know what the fuck's going on with him, but I'm gonna square up as soon as I see his ass again. You know, like, you could really do anything that you want to do. You are not limited by anything, you know?
Lee says, should we give the characters heights? Probably doesn't matter, because they're all going to be, like, sprites that'll be around the same height.
Yeah. So anyway, let's go into some pronouns.
Blanc suggests, world-destroying demigod.
I've fought one of those.
So let's go into pronouns, and we can determine what the fuck he is later, I suppose.
Yeah. You know, we'll go with the basic facts, and then we can get more into whomstative he is. If we do want to go for, like, a more, like, he's just, like, a guy, then we can choose, like, a race and a class.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Or it could be, like, he's a interdimensional world-destroying demigod. It's, like, whatever, you know?
Yeah. So pronouns.
Yeah. I think we might have already just designated him as he, him, because that's what we've all been calling him. But,
Percy says, sussy self, to which Lily says no.
Yeah,
I might have to go with Lily on that one.
I'm using my executive powers to tell you absolutely not.
Anj says yes, but we've got two votes for no, and 2 votes for yes on that, and
3 votes for no.
Percy
I also
says,
say no.
Baka self.
I am going
Oh god.
to destroy everything.
And Among Us self.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Lord.
I'm just gonna give him he, him pronouns, and then y'all are gonna give me suggestions that I don't hate on a visceral level. I'm not giving the big bad of this D&D campaign Among Us pronouns. It's just not happening.
They suggest he/z, it, and they.
Cool. Anj goes, the sus aren't getting away with this. I mean, most people still use second person pronouns, but you know what? I respect the move there. He is a little sus looking, not gonna lie. Mostly because he's covered in blood and floating what look like D4s in between his hands. So that's pretty dope.
Posey just says sussy and nothing else.
I'm gonna fucking...
Damn Amogus phobia.
I'm gonna start muting people. I'm gonna start putting y'all in timeout.
What if we just the word sussy?
Yeah. I hate it. Alright, well, it seems like the only suggestion we've gotten is he, Z, it, they, so I'm putting that down.
He just says, I hate you all.
Alright, now let's get that fucking gender identity on this bitch. What'll it be, fellas? Mustard or ketchup?
Are those genders?
Yeah, that could be.
I suppose. Suppose they could be. Block just says can. Donut pressed enter too quick. Can't escape the sussy generation. He says, I'm gonna exclusively use Amogus pronouns and nothing else.
I think that's when I'm gonna have my villain arc, for sure. That's when I'm gonna delete the entire Discord and go live in the woods. Absolutely unhinged behavior. Hate it. I can't. No.
Percy says maybe a gastrogender.
I don't know what the fuck that means,
yeah,
bro.
I don't know what the fuck that means either.
I'm not aware. I'm not aware. Blanca goes finally touching grass. Bro, I want to go out and touch some grass, honestly.
So
but
do I, but I'm
you're sick, and so you don't want to leave. Maybe we should just take the cats out for a walk in the backyard.
Maybe.
You're sick, and I don't have anywhere to go. So.
Blanc just sent the worst message.
I'm not reading that out loud. Let's put Blanc in timeout, I think we should. I think it's time.
Anyway, I'm gonna look up what a gastrogender is.
Yeah. Anj says mayo, and I don't know if that's a gender suggestion or what.
We never know with these guys.
Description of his skin tone, perhaps.
I don't know. You never know. What the fuck? Food gender.
I see.
It's a subtype of aesthetogenders that essentially means you relate your gender identity to something food related.
My fucking
cheesecake gender. That's cakey.
I am cheesecake gender.
Cotton candy gender. That's me.
I was literally about to say my gender is that cream cheese icing we made for the cake we made for Halloween. That shit was so good.
It was very good.
Getting gender envy from the goddamn cream cheese icing. I don't. That's a joke.
The top comment on this article is just, tasty gender.
Tasty gender. Anj says, you said ketchup or mustard, and I said mayo. Lily suggests a non-binary, maybe demi-boy. Cool. If Chester is also a demi-boy, he could have a little bit, he can be like, and so a glimmer of the true self is found in the false self. Self-insert.
It feels weird referring to someone who looks like this as a demi-boy. Like, I know that's just what it's called. Is that like, some people call it like a demi-man.
Maybe. What if Devon is just like Chester's evil self-insert OC? That'd be very funny. Like, he's like, sometimes I want to be a little evil and do a little nasty things, so I'm going to do that. It'd be funny. Well, we have a couple suggestions.
Yeah. I'll put up a poll.
Ooh, if he's a demi-boy and a demigod,
That'd be great.
that'd be pretty epic, not gonna lie.
Gonna write food gender just in case just so everyone is clear on what it is.
What food gender would he be?
You know.
Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise! I hate that. Never mind. Don't be mayonnaise.
What was
gender.
another?
Non-binary.
Cool.
Mayonnaise gender is a very viscerally upsetting concept for some reason. Even though I like mayonnaise is fucking good on sandwiches and an egg salad.
Bonk says, just make him good at chess and I fully appreciate him.
I mean, that could definitely be one of his character traits.
He could have like a weird like chess theme going on.
Ooh,
he's kind of got the color scheme.
He does. Oh, big brain play. Chess themed antagonist. Oh, that would open up the opportunity for so many puns, which Chester loves.
His name is Chester.
It's all coming together, I think.
No, he says Mayo fucking sucks.
I'm timing you out. I won't take this mayonnaise slander. He's a demi boy.
Is he gonna be Chester's like evil self-insert?
Oh yeah, he didn't want to make like the name derivative of his name, and so he made him chess themed as a very roundabout nod to Chester. Chess. Chess.
I'm just putting that down.
Okay, so now we need his sexual orientation.
Does it matter if he's just like some weird demigod thing?
I don't know, maybe he has a husband. Or a wife. Or a partner of other unspecified gender.
Everyone's just fighting about mayo.
Mayonnaise is fucking good. I like it. It's tasty. It's good on burgers. It's good on sandwiches. What the fuck just happened?
What?
To the menus.
They gone.
What the? Hold on. Hold on.
That's happening to me too.
Hey.
Maybe did our Wi-Fi just cut out or something?
Oh, it's back. Connection restored.
Anywho,
Milo's such a piece of shit.
What do you mean? We rarely have any problem.
It keeps making me put fucking post-it notes everywhere.
Anyway, Devon's sexuality.
We could just leave it unspecified if you guys don't care.
That's true. That's a valid...
Yeah.
We don't need to determine these things about every character.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you.
Just look deep into his eyes. Hello, sir.
This is just chess. Oh, yeah, I guess chess themed.
Chess sexual.
Oh boy.
I don't like that. Never mind.
I like how an offhand comment that Blanca just got turned into like a major character.
Because I liked it. I thought it was fucking cool.
That's just how it is. That's part of the chaos of this.
Yeah. Wee wee wee. gonna look deep into his eyes and I'm gonna assess it. I'm gonna diagnose him with a sexuality based off his vibes.
Percy did suggest objectum. I don't know if that's how it's said.
I don't fucking know either.
I've never said that word out loud before.
This guy's a twink if I've ever seen one. That's my official diagnosis. He's gay, homosexual, gay. Goth twink. I'm out of fucking water.
Yeah, sucks to suck.
Bitch! I'm gonna go get more water and now you have to entertain everybody with your sick-ass sinus sounds.
I have not been making any sinus sounds.
Now
Excuse you. Lily just says, Look at him. I guess I could make a poll about his sexuality. Need to specify who it is. Cool, start poll. Poll has begun to determine his sexuality now that we finally got some fucking suggestions.
What's poppin'?
I have started a poll about his sexuality.
If he doesn't end up being a goth twink, I'm rioting.
Rocky says, I don't know why, but he looks like someone who would unironically say ooh woo in front of other people.
Hey, baby.
Well, everyone has voted for asexual objectum, whatever. I honestly don't really know what that means, but...
Well, I know what asexual means. That's what matters.
Cool. So now we can just go bonkers on giving him some fantasy traits.
Give him some fantasy traits. Yeah. Speak to me about who this guy is. Well, we should...
Also, Lily suggests that we could just be both. People seem pretty on board with that. Just gay. Just...
Twink! I'm adding it. There we go.
Cool.
Canon.
Everyone's happy.
Okay, so we've got that he eats cereal with water, and that he's chess themed. So, chess themed. What could work with that? Lots of different things. He could still be a god. He could be like a wizard who has like a chess themed lair. He could be an artificer that has like enchanted chess pieces that like do different things. Like, you know, if you wanted to have a really fun encounter that wasn't like super combat based, is you could have people play a game of chess where certain moves cause certain things to happen. Just throwing out ideas based on my D&D knowledge, which is admittedly not that vast.
Well, for reasons for what he actually is, we have had vampire, world-destroying demigod,
demi-goth, you say?
Yes.
It's not goth enough. You're fucking prep.
And 69th dimension being.
The 69th dimension is the chess dimension.
Yes, he's from the chess dimension. Finley suggests he simps for the chess king.
Holy goes, British. Oh, are we diagnosing him with British? That'd be fucking funny. Bottle of water.
Percy also says British. Everyone's
It's
saying
Tuesday,
I think we've diagnosed him with British.
Ooh, now are we gonna try to give him like the 12 a Tumblr British accent, like the southern posh accent, or are we going for it's Tuesday, isn't it?
Percy says, damn, I've become both Kingston and Finley in this stream. Oh, I'm sorry.
We're bad at things, my bad.
I meant Percy. I also realized that, oh, I'm sorry, sounded very sarcastic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to be called the correct name?
It was meant to be sincere. My tone of voice just does strange things sometimes.
Fair enough. Yeah, oh bad, homie. British.
I just get a cup up from the kitchen. You offended it, mate.
Oh man. I think we're going with the Tuesday British accent.
Tuesday, isn't it?
It's Tuesday, isn't it? I love it. He does, okay. I can imagine him saying "in it" too clearly. I don't like this.
I'm just stoning the pulses. There doesn't seem to be any ideas, but we have in fact diagnosed him with a British.
He's been diagnosed with Twink, and he's been diagnosed with British. Blanco's, may I get a bottle of water, mate? I love it. Bottle of water. Water. The world is healing.
Yubi is here. Hello.
Hello, hello. We've just diagnosed the main antagonist of our game with British. Thank you for stopping by.
Posey says he's not a vampire or a demigod or from the 69th dimension. He's something much worse. He's a British. He's a world-destroying demigod.
Okay. So we don't really have to worry about, like, class and race then. Because if you're a demigod, you kind of just can do things. I guess since he's a demigod, he's a half-god. So we could do a race if you wanted to. If you guys are down.
You guys want to give him a race? You says, I'm about to head to bed, but I just felt like dropping by. Also, apparently I got a 1 month sub. You along with everyone else.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Rocky, who just donated like 50 subs.
Yeah.
Like a mad lad.
An absolute fucking beast, for sure.
Posey says his race is bastard. I don't think that's a race in D&D.
I think that's just a human with a tragic backstory.
He's like the bastard son of a god and a human.
How does a bastard or son of a god and a person? Ignore that, damn, alright. And Yubi goes, thanks, Rocky. If he was here. I don't fucking know if he still is. Alright, so he's a world-destroying demigod.
Rocky is still here.
Okay.
Says you're welcome.
So he's chess-themed. Eats cereal with water. And he's British! What else about him? What's his motivation? What's he trying to do? You know? What makes Devon Devon? What makes him the campaign's big bad? He's world destroying. So is he trying to destroy this world? Has he destroyed other worlds already? Is this a multiverse story? Question mark.
Oh, Yivi's already leaving. He says, well, it's been fun seeing you all tomorrow. Good luck coming up with ideas of dubious quality.
Thank you.
Percy says he just wants to fuck people's lives up. So just pure malice.
Pure malice.
That is his motivation. Pure malice. Blanc suggests bad parenting, but specifies they are joking.
You know what would be a fun stream to do eventually?
What?
Like a drawing edition of this stream where we draw concept art for all the characters. So
we're gonna have to because all of these we have a good starting point, but all of these are just busts.
They're all just busts, and so, a lot of them will have D&D counterparts.
Yeah,
because Robin and Moss, if they're Tabaxi, then that means that they're cat people, and they have cat ears, but Tabaxi are more anthropomorphic.
We'll need
cats.
to design bottom halves for them. Then we'll need to design IOL versions and D&D versions of each of them, because some of them Moss and Robin they're Tabaxis in the game, but they're too cat, but they just have cat ears, so they're too cat-like to be for the real life version, but not cat-like enough for the D&D version.
And Kai is a dragonborn, and it's kind of the same deal. They have horns and dragon wings, but that's not dragon enough to be a dragon.
We're gonna have to post out traits, because some of these have fantastic elements to them, so we're gonna have to take those out and apply them to a D&D character.
Or we could just
redesign them.
With what we could just have it be oh, they wear cat ears.
Well, yeah, but still, either way, we're gonna have to post it out.
Yeah.
And make IOL and D&D versions and design them from the waist down.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be fun.
And maybe just tweak the designs in general, and then we need to make them sprites.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. I think the character design thing that'll be fun.
Yeah. I think Lily says that he canonically says bollocks. I love that.
So he says we need Moss Bin fanfic.
Moss Bin fanfic. You love to see it. Anything else for Devon? You guys were teeming with ideas when we wanted suggestions for his fucking age, but now you guys are you done?
He's just a chess-themed British demigod.
What does chess-themed mean in this case? What about him is chess-themed? Does he just like chess a lot? Does he live in a castle that is chess-themed? Does he is he really good at chess?
Lives on a giant chessboard. I mean, he has to be really good at chess.
What is he
What if he's just terrible
at chess?
He loves chess, but he's really bad at it.
Oh, man. Is his design gonna be, inspired by a certain piece, what if he's a centaur and he's the rook? Could be fun. I don't know.
I don't know. Places is just outfits and shit. That's it.
Cool. Swag.
Blanc has an idea they announce, but they do not share it.
Give it to me. Coward. It's funky seeing so many stars in the chat.
I know, it's wild. What kind of powers should he have?
Good point. There might be like a demigod stat block, which we wouldn't have to worry about until we actually get into the gritty details.
Blanc says he should have like a chess king crown.
That could be fun.
That could be vibes.
He just dresses like a monochrome, like decadent monarch. Love to see it.
Why? I'm not gonna question you.
You shouldn't. I was gonna try to put the chess things together, but then it bothered me that the things didn't line up, so.
Places says he can take over people and use them like chess pieces, but it's very limited. If he has a strong will, he can't do it, and if he does it too long, he becomes possessed. So mind control powers. Interesting.
Mind control powers that follow the rules of chess.
That can be a pretty good explanation for a lot of like the sort of small like encounters that you get with like RPGs.
Yeah.
Some of the random fights, they're just his pawns.
Yes.
Monk says he just casually owns a giant chessboard and the pieces are actual humans.
Dope. Hate to see it. He goes, "Hey mate, wanna play chess?" Oh no. That's just his opening line when you first meet him.
It is quite funny that he doesn't have like the usual like intimidating fancy British accent. He's got like the northern
Cockney accent.
He's got like a Cockney accent, yeah. That's pretty great.
Yeah, he's not like, "Oh, hello there. Would you like to play a game of chess?" He's like, "Oi! We'll play a game of chess." Couldn't even get through that. I went too hard too fast.
Alright. So is that good for...
Looks pretty good to me, I'd say.
If we're like plotting it out and we're like, man, we need to flesh these characters out more, we can...
This is like a good starting point, I think. You know?
So there we go.
I didn't delete the one. His name's just gonna be Devon1 now. Alright, there we go. We got the main antagonists all fleshed out and ready to go. You love to see it. You love to hear it. Think that's enough for the stream today? It's been almost 2 hours. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you for coming and helping us flesh out these characters. Very exciting, very fun stuff. And thank you again to Rocky for all of the subs that you have gifted today. Very cash money of you, not gonna lie.
Literally very cash.
Yeah,
money.
literally very cash money of you. So I guess next stream, where we do this, we'll go through the antagonists and NPCs and kind of sort out what's happening there, and then we can either go more depth into the character design and do some like concept art and stuff, or we could start the plot. We'll decide that when we get there. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. We will see you guys later when we stream again. So bye Blanc, bye Percy, bye Ange, bye Lily, bye Rocky, and bye everybody else too.
Goodbye.
Peace.